In this video, we're going to show you how to create a 2D technical drawing inside of IronCAD. And we're going to show you the two different technical drawing environments that IronCAD supports. You'll see here we have a simple part in our 3D scene, and we're going to go ahead and create a new 2D drawing. Now to do that, we simply click on the New File icon on the top left. And in the new dialog box that appears, we get the option for either a new scene, a drawing, or a CASA draft drawing. For the first drawing we're going to create, we'll use the standard IronCAD drawing. After we click New Drawing, we're given the New Drawing dialog box, and we have various pre-done drawing templates. So to begin, we're just going to click on the ANSI English tab and pick a template that we'd like to use and start to create our drawing. The next step is to now create our views. Before we create our views, I'll just give you another quick overview of the user interface. At the top here we have our various ribbon bars, the view ribbon bars for creating all types of views of your drawing. Annotation is used for dimensioning your drawing. Sketch contains various sketch tools that you can use inside the drawing. Common has common tools, and add-ins is for turning on various add-ins inside of IronCAD. So to create our views, we simply click on the View ribbon bar and then click on the Standard button. This brings up our Standard Views Creation dialog. Now you notice on the right-hand side of the dialog we have a window that says Current Front View Direction. This is where you specify the front view for your drawing. And you can modify that just by clicking on the arrows there. And once we have the front view that we want, we can then pick our views. We'll pick front for our main view, and then our other views. We'll do a top, a right, and a top, front, right. Click OK, and then as you move the mouse around, you'll see these four rectangles move. Those are representative of your views, and this is where you can now place the views into the drawing. So with another mouse click, the views are placed right onto the drawing. To begin annotating the drawing, it's a simple process. Select the Annotation ribbon bar, and then you'll have access to all the various commands that you can use to annotate your drawing. We have our Smart Dimension tool, which is our main dimensioning tool. And then we have obviously like ordinate and baseline dimensioning. You can put in center line, center marks, surface texture symbols, welding symbols, all the standard things that you'd expect. To begin the detailing process, we're going to put in some center marks. So we'll just go over to the click on the center mark tool, and then we can click on the various circles inside of the drawing, and the center marks will automatically appear. To begin dimensioning, we'll use our Smart Dimension tool. What's nice about the Smart Dimension tool is it will dimension anything based on the type of geometry that's selected. So we'll zoom in to our lower left view here, and with the Smart Dimension selected, we'll click. You just take the mouse button and click on the endpoints that you want to dimension, and the dimension automatically appears. So we'll start by putting a dimension on the right-hand side and then on the left. Also, if you wanted to dimension from two non-linear points, or points that aren't either parallel or horizontal, just take the mouse button and click on the 2 points. You'll see the default dimension does a direct measurement between the 2 points. Just press the Tab key, and that will toggle you between the vertical and horizontal dimensions. Now we'll zoom out here and we'll see that we've got this angled face, and maybe we'd like to make an auxiliary view of that face for detailing purposes. Well, the first thing we'll do is we'll move the view over. So you move the mouse over near the border of the view and you'll get the red highlight. Click with the left mouse button and move the view and to reposition it. You'll notice that the other supporting views stay automatically aligned to the main view, to the front view. So with the view placed in the new location, we're going to add in an auxiliary view. To do that, we simply go to the View ribbon bar and select the Auxiliary View option. Now to place a view, you pick the 2 points that you want to aim the view at, and then click the green check mark in the browser on the left-hand side. You can now then place a view. This view is now obviously fully dimensional, so we can go in again back to the Annotation tab, and using the Smart Dimension tool, place on various dimensions. And of course we can add in center marks. As I mentioned before, the Smart Dimension tool automatically will dimension based on the geometry selected. So here we're applying radial dimensions, we're applying a diameter dimension, all within the same tool. If we'd like to add even more information, we can add in, say, a detail view. And to place a detail view, it's very similar to how we did the auxiliary view. You just click the location where you want the view to appear, move the mouse out to define the size of the detail view, and then click the mouse button again to place it. If the view scales too large, simply go over to the property browser on the left-hand side of the screen and resize the view, change the view scale. Here we're going to go from a 4x down to a 2x. And of course you can add in you can add in a view title, things like that. You can see there in the property browser on the drawing settings at the bottom, you can add in borders, names, scale. All of that can be added in just by selecting it in the property browser. Finally, we can go in and do things such as adding shaded renderings into the view. Now, as I said, we have two different detailing environments inside of IronCAD. Next, I'd like to show you the CASA drawing environment. And the reason we have the CASA drawing environment is that it offers an AutoCAD type interface, which it's handy for people who have been using AutoCAD for a long time and want a familiar detailing environment. It helps you create the annotations for your drawing much faster. So again, we'll say File New, and we'll say CASA Draft, and we again get our built-in templates. In the CASA Draft environment, we again also have a similar layout. We have our ribbon bars with various tools that are available. And to create the views, we'll click on the 3D Interface tab and select Standard View. And again, we're presented with a Standard View dialog, and we'll go in and select the views that we'd like. We can also adjust the front view as needed. And we also have various options that we can turn on and off during the drawing creation process. So we're going to set the projection units to inches and then turn off the center marks and the center lines. Click OK, and now you can go ahead and place your views using the left mouse button. In the other drawing environment, you placed all 4 views at the same time. With CASA Draft, you place 1 view at a time, but they still maintain their associativity to one another. It's also key to point out that any modifications done to the 3D model are automatically reflected in the 2D drawings. So there is associativity from the 3D model back to the 2D drawing. If we want to add in dimensions, again, similar to how we did it in the other drawing environment, we just go to the Dimension tab, click on the Dimension tool, and again, it offers the same functionality where you can click on various geometries and get the information that you'd like. Another nice thing about the CASA Draft environment, if you're currently using a 2D system and you have a lot of legacy data, IronCAD can open up those files and view them, modify them, so you'll have an all-in-one solution. If we click on the Common tab, you'll see we have all the standard type of drawing tools that you'd expect in an AutoCAD type product. So that's a brief overview of how to create drawings inside of IronCAD.